Imagine with me here. You wake up one morning and go into your mailbox. You get this amazing note. You've been selected for jury duty. But I don't wanna go, you scream and yell and kick at the dirt like some demented 4-year-old. Calm down. You should be glad to serve your civic duty to the country you chose to live in. Here's what you will need to know about juries. Any citizen over the age of 18 and under the age of 70 can be selected for jury duty, a service in which 6 to 12 random strangers are tasked to listen to and make the final decision on a court case. This is a right because way back in Pilgrim times, your fathers' fathers were complaining that King George III wouldn't give them a trial by jury and just made decisions on what he had heard. So, like a crying 10-year-old, they ran to their safe place, pulled out their crayons, and wrote into the Constitution the right to a quick and speedy trial by a jury of your peers. To be selected for jury duty, the state will randomly draw names from some list, for instance, registered voters or licensed drivers. They put all of the selected names into something called the master wheel. People will then be sent a questionnaire about their eligibility. At this point, people can make their appeals, tell them they are qualified, or ask to be excused. Remember that to qualify, you simply must be an English-speaking citizen between 18 and 70 who lives in the USA while not being a felon. Everyone is able to apply for an exemption, no matter your occupation. However, new parents, doctors, students, clergy members, firemen, police officers, and military people are more likely to get their appeals granted. Unlike you, with your hands over your eyes, sobbing, hoping that if you can't see the jury duty, then you won't have to go. Pull yourself together. The rest of the people who can serve on the jury will then be put into the qualified wheel, where the jury administrator then picks people at random who receive a summons to appear at the courthouse and serve on juries as trials are scheduled. Here, people can ask for deferral for undue hardship or extreme inconvenience, such as people who have surgery on trial dates or people without cars who live in the middle of nowhere. But don't just look at yourself now and think you can get $40 a day by sitting in a room listening to people's issues. You can still be kicked off a jury. The laws for dismissal of jury members are purposefully vague, so your staying on the jury is completely at the court's discretion. However, there are major issues that is a practically guaranteed so long get lost, don't let the door hit you on the way out. For instance, sleeping on the trial? Out. Later missed day? Out. Ill? Out. Urgent matter that requires you to leave? Out. Actual or presumed bias? Out. Contact with the defendant? Out. Misconduct? Out. Bringing outside information into the jury room? Out. Purposefully refusing to apply the law as instructed by the court? Out. Inability to concentrate? Out. All that being said, the court must make sure not to remove a juror just for disagreeing with the other jurors as to the sufficiency of the evidence. It is your constitutional right to be served by a jury of your peers, and it should be considered an honor to be asked to take part in one of the most interesting systems in one of the most interesting countries in the world.